Alright everyone, Cody'sLab here, and welcome back to my lab. And what have I been doing? Here, let me fix this. Alright, let's try that one more time. Alright, that'll work. Looks like we're doing something with gold cyanide in my tungsten cube. Oh, you must be gold plating it. Which is interesting because tungsten, plated in gold, would feel and act very similar to a solid chunk of gold because tungsten has about the same density. This ought to be pretty interesting. So this process will be very similar to the process I used to electroplate the stainless steel measuring cups for my mom. In fact, this is the exact same gold cyanide that I made in that video. And we're just applying this to a tungsten cube today. Got my little beaker here with a little fork that I'm going to use to just hold the cube, just like that, outside the beaker. We're an electric current, an electroplate gold onto the surface of the cube. But first we got to clean it, and that's what this stuff over here is for. Scrub, scrub, scrub. More scrub, scrub. Dry, dry, dry. Just out of curiosity, let's see what it weighs now. Alright, 295.03. Alright, positive electrode on the gold. And there we go. We're about to have a gold cube. In fact, if I cleaned it right, it should already be gold colored. And it is. Alright, let's have a look at it. See how we're doing after about 10 minutes. It's very brown with some stripes on it, as you'd expect. I think I'm going to rub this down a little bit with a steel wool, flip it over, and put it back in. No, I didn't just drop the cube and break the beaker. What would make you think that? I just think that the Pyrex dish would be much better suited for the task. Alright, let's pull this thing out of there. See, I didn't scratch it. I think that's us. Looks like a gold cube to me. Let's dry it off and polish it a little bit. Alright, so I've polished it up with a rag, and as you can see, it's rather shiny. There are a few places, especially on this side right here, where the gold is flaked off. Really see right there. But overall, it's actually pretty nice. The gold coating is fairly uniform. Now let's tear out the scale. Let's see just how much gold we put on it. Okay. 9,511, so that's 8 milligrams of gold that we put on there. That's not a whole lot, but there it is. Oh no, that's 80 milligrams. Yeah, that seems more reasonable. So if you had this cube here, and you weren't sure if it was solid gold or not, what would you do? Well, maybe you've tested the outside and you know that it is in fact 24 karat gold, but one common way to see if that is 24 karat gold all the way through is to measure its volume and divide that by its weight to get the density. If it's close to 19.3, then you'll know it's probably gold. Yeah, 25.43 cubed, so that's 16.3871 cubic centimeters there. Okay, so 295 divide that equals 18 and some change grams per cubic centimeter. So that's a little bit less than you would expect if it was 24 karat gold, but maybe it's not 24 karat gold all the way through. Also, this cube's got a little bit of a beveled edge on each of its corners, so that could take off a little bit of weight also. So, given that information, I would say it was fairly, I'd be fairly sure that this was indeed gold. But before you guys get excited, there is one test that you can do. See this magnet? It sticks to it. Now you might say, well, tungsten is not magnetic. Well, that's true. Pure tungsten isn't. But solid chunks of tungsten like this that they sell, it's much easier to machine if it's been sintered with nickel. So it makes it a little bit magnetic. So that it makes it pretty obvious that this is not solid gold. But the weight of this is the closest thing to having a solid chunk of gold that I think I'll get in quite a while. So here we go. I've got it on its little stand, so you can see it a little bit better. Also the white background. This will probably make a good thumbnail. There we go. If you guys happen to be visiting CVX Live in Salt Lake City this Friday from around noon to 4-ish, I think, you might get a chance to actually hold this thing. I'll be bringing it with me. I will be attending that event. I'm not a featured creator, even though somebody last year asked me if I wanted to be, and I said yes. That's as far as the conversation went, so I don't know. But I will still be attending for at least a little while. If you don't see me there, well, you'll see me next time. While I'm at it, it looks decent.